This is the 411 Year in Review Part 2. If you have no idea what we're doing, you should watch last week's episode. It'll give you a good idea. Let's get started. We start off Part 2 on a sad note, having lost entertainment luminaries like Whitney Houston, Donna Summer, and Michael Clark Duncan, to name a few. The country lost a bit of its dignity as well, as we embrace songs like Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen that practically guaranteed her spot alongside Korean breakout star Psy with his Gangnam Style as a one-hit wonder in 10 years. There was bloodshed across the globe, with upheaval and loss in Syria, Libya, and more. As well, the world lost at least 117 reporters who died while bringing us the news. Eddie Murphy was deemed the worst investment for his string of flops compared to his paychecks by Forbes magazine. CIA Chief General David Petraeus' stellar career imploded upon the country learning of his affair, while making household names of people like Paula Broadwell and Jill Kelly. The U.S. saw Honey Boo Boo, Hunger Games, and 50 Shades of Grey also become household names. LeBron James won his first title. The Olympic women's gymnastics captured their first gold medal since the 1996 Atlanta Olympics, and 16-year-old Gabby Douglas grabbed gold in the individual all-around, which is the most prestigious individual title in the world of gymnastics. The New York Giants won the Super Bowl, again, by beating the New England Patriots, helped out by an out-of-this-world catch, again. U.S. women won the gold medal in basketball. Men's basketball took gold as well. Usain Bolt became the fastest man in the history of the world, not just in the Olympics. And Jeremy Lin took the NBA by storm. It's a bleeping shame that we even have a category for this, but mass shootings swept the country throughout the past year with a partial list, not complete list mind you, but a partial list that includes Sandy Hook, Aurora, Colorado, the Oikos University shooting, the Chardon High School shooting, the Oak Creek, Wisconsin Sikh Temple shooting, the Clackamas Town Center Mall shooting, and the Cafe Racer shooting, just to name a few. Collective bargaining took a big hit in the dairy state, and the subsequent effort to recall Wisconsin governor and anti-union zealot Scott Walker was rebutted. A crazy and very long Republican primary campaign gave the country a cavalcade of crazies, fringe and uber conservatives like Michelle Bachmann, Texas Governor Rick Perry, Newt Gingrich, and ex-pizza seller Herman Cain. Super PACs had their coming out party that helped contribute to well over $2 billion being spent on the elections of 2012. The overriding theme of this political season was the war on women, with players like Todd Akin, Rush Limbaugh, and Richard Murdoch who squared off against Planned Parenthood, Elizabeth Warren, and Sandra Fluke, with Akin, Murdoch, and Limbaugh getting a good old-fashioned butt-whipping and the women staving off policies that could have taken them back a generation. Speaking of other political losers, Burger King Donald Trump trot out his last-ditch effort to bring down the president's re-election bid, but lost in a wake of sanity and better judgment. African-American firebrand lawmaker from Florida Allen West was defeated as well. The single most defined loser of the last year was Mitt Romney, who ran a well-oiled 20th century Etch-a-Sketch campaign against Obama, who was running a cutting-edge 21st century effort. But the biggest single loser of the 2012 political cycle was former Bush brainman and current Super PAC magnate Karl Rove, that saw a near sweep in the candidates his groups backed. But it hasn't been an all-down year. Winners this year included marijuana, which became legal in a handful of states. Gay rights won across the country, with celebs like Anderson Cooper coming out and President Obama weighing in on his support for same-sex marriages, as well as gay marriage passing on a handful of ballots that saw the country reaching a critical mass as it came to gay rights. And of course, the biggest winner of the year was the re-election of President Barack Obama, who became Time's Man of the Year and the first African-American to win re-election to the highest office of the land, of course, riding a wave of the Supreme Court endorsement of the Affordable Care Act and a stellar campaign to keep the Obamas in 1600 pen for another 4 years. It's been a big year, with lots of downs and big ups. And we're heading in the right direction, and we're better for our struggles. Thanks to our troops, and thank you for watching the 411. I'm Matt Simon. I'll see you next year.
Oppan Gangnam Style.